Okay. Where were we? The 80s. Oh, right, the 80s. Oh, why would you actually expect me to remember that? I don't remember much about the 80s. I remember I wore a lot of really funny clothes. And, like most people, their photographs and their experiences from their youth when they had weird haircuts and wore weird clothes and probably were embarrassed about it, are tucked away neatly in a photograph book in their closet or in the bookshelf and, very seldom seen. My fashion faux pas are out there for the rest of the world on MTV for the rest of my life. I can never escape them no matter how hard I try. Whew. And YouTube, yes, of course. Yes, MTV's evil stepbrother, YouTube. Anyway, so I'm sitting in my apartment in New York in Greenwich Village, and we were in the process of recording an album called Big Bam Boom, which we did in, I believe, in '84. And thank you. And I had, at the time, it was a really kind of interesting time in recording history because the digital world was just in its infancy. Analog recording was probably as developed as it was ever going to get. I had this new piece of equipment. It was a tape recorder that you could overdub your own tracks on. And you could do that in your house, which is like a big deal. You didn't have to go to a recording studio to do it. And I had a synthesizer as well. And of course, I didn't really know how to play it, but I had it. So I was sitting in my room. It was the middle of the night, and had all this equipment and didn't know what to do with it. And I was playing around with it. And then I had this synthesizer, and it had this button. And the button said arpeggiator. Now, I didn't know what it did, but I was stoned, so I pressed it. Then I put my finger on the key and it went donk, 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 and I went, oh, that's great. I thought it was great. And so I began to play a melody. I went donk, 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 and I went, oh, that's really cool. That's a song. So I started strumming some chords, and so when dawn broke over Greenwich Village, I had a chorus. And I thought, that's pretty cool. So the next morning, I went to the studio with my little tape, and we were working with a dance mixer DJ named Arthur Baker, who was a big deal in the dance world in those days. And I said, hey, Arthur, man, I know you're producing the stylistics. I wrote this song. It's kind of a Philly thing. I think it could be cool for the stylistics. So he said, let me hear it. So I put it on, and he went, you're out of your mind. That's a freaking hit for you and Daryl. You got to finish it. So Daryl came in, played it for him, and he said, yeah, man, let's finish it up. So he and I wrote the chorus, with the verse, rather, and we finished it up, and so the rest is sort of history. So on acoustic guitar, it goes something like this. Could you turn the guitar down? It's still loud for some weird reason. It keeps getting louder, and I don't know why, but it's kind of on the verge of feedback. Just turn it down a little bit in the monitors, please. Shake it up is all that we know, using the bodies up as we go, waking up to fantasy, the shades all around on the colors we used to see, broken eyes still melt in the sun, ties that are broken can often be won, soul alone, so really matters to me. Too much sometimes, you're out of touch, I'm out of time, but I'm out of my head when you're not around. You're out of touch, I'm out of time, but I'm out of my head when you're not around. Oh, oh, oh. Reaching out for something to hold, looking for love with a climate is cold. Manic moods and drowsy dreams, us, living in the middle between the two extremes. Smoking guns still high to the touch. Cool down if they didn't use them so much. So alone, so really matters to me, all matters to me. Sometime I say, you're out of touch, I'm out of time, but I'm out of my head when you're not around. You're out of touch, I'm out of time, but I'm out of my head when you're not around. Oh, 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 oh. Out of touch, out of time. Out of touch, out of time, out of touch, out of time. I say, you're out of touch, I'm out of time, but I'm out of my head when you're not around. You're out of touch, I'm out of time, but I'm out of my head when you're not around. You're out of touch, I'm out of time, but I'm out of my head when you're not around. You're out of touch, I'm out of time, out of touch, out of time, out of my head when you're not around. Ooh, out of touch, out of time. You're out of touch, I'm out of time. Thank you.